my number one movie for the month, and this actually kind of surprised me a little bit, was Chevalier. This is not a perfect movie by any stretch, but it got the highest score out of any of my movies, so I probably would say Super Mario Brothers is a little bit better, but in terms of regular old movie standards, Chevalier, I gave it a 77 out of 100. This is the movie starring Kelvin Harrison Jr. He was the good-looking guy in the movie that came out last year with Peter Dinklage. The other period piece set in France in the 1800s. He plays a real-life character in Joseph de Bologne, the Chevalier de Saint George. I am horrible at pronouncing French names, but that's the character being portrayed in this film. It's a biopic. It's a historical biopic that takes place right before and then during the French Revolution. I don't know how historically accurate it is, but it is a very beautiful film. It's got great cinematography, great characters, great costumes, great locations. They shot this in Eastern Europe, but it really does look like they shot it in 18th century France. Not saying a lot about the conditions of the city that they were in to where a 21st century town in Eastern Europe would look like 18th century France, but still, it does look like 18th century France. They did a good job matching it there. The performances are really well done. Samara Weaving as the love interest, Lucy Boynton as Marie Antoinette. Not trying to overstay her welcome. This is truly a Joseph du Boulogne story. Kelvin Harrison Jr. does an admirable job as the character in the film. It is told from a very specific point of view, aimed at a very specific audience. But keeping that in mind, it is a story about a character that you know the name Chevalier, may not know the history behind it, but it is very well executed and a lot of fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It is a fun romp to go back and look at a historical character of a real life person that actually existed and overachieved from where you might expect him based off of demographic stuff in the reality of being in 18th century France. So all of that, it comes in at 77 out of 100, just under 4 stars. But yeah, Chevalier, I thought they did a good job with. What were your thoughts on? Did you see Chevalier?
There's one I have not seen, so I'm gonna have to just take your word for everything that you said about it.